The unknown cannot be known. What is known is not the unknown, Murdo MacDonald-Bayne. For I have given you an example, that ye should do as I have done to you. St. John 13:15. When we rebel against effects, we only increase their intensity without gaining any understanding or relief. The most destructive conditioning today is brought about through the battle between individuals one way or another. In every nation, in every group there is a conception of reality which they call God. But is this not just an intellectual approach to reality? Most people are discussing reality so as to find out what reality is, hence we have so many different philosophies, so many different religions. The mind cannot comprehend reality, but we can translate reality into our daily living by understanding that the only way we can approach reality is by affection and love. Then we find ourselves giving expression to reality itself, thus we translate reality into our everyday life. Most people are trying to corner a bit of reality for their health and success. If they succeed, they say they are expressing reality, but when they find that it does not work, there is frustration. This is not expressing reality, it is mere suggestion in opposition to another suggestion or idea that is held hidden in the mind, and according to the dominant idea so will be manifested. We must realize that there is only one way to express reality, and that is through love and affection. Then there is no frustration, no opposition, for reality can only express itself through love and affection. But this affection does not mean that you merely love God with the idea that you can get what you want. It means that you must love your neighbor, because reality cannot express itself except through loving your neighbor. Is it not a fact today that people are seeking the love of God, but hate their enemies? They pray to God for peace, but they are preparing for war. They want success and happiness at the expense of their neighbor, but they are really cheating themselves. If you look into your own mind, you will see that this is but a subtle form of suggestion, which is deeply rooted in your conditioning. So your inward poverty makes you look to the external. While you merely discuss reality, you are not translating reality into your daily living, you are merely expressing the self. If you look into your minds, you will see how you have been discussing reality as an idea, so the idea in your mind becomes to you the truth when it is only an idea of the truth and is not the truth. But when we see that our idea is but an imitation, a mental conception, it dies away and life becomes a reality to us, not as an idea or a mental formulation but as an actual livingness, giving expression to itself in love and affection. As long as we have only a mental image of reality, we will never give expression to reality in loving our neighbor as ourselves. We must realize that we do not live by ourselves, it is reality that lives, therefore it is the foundation of our being. When we have found the source within, we no longer look outside ourselves, neither do we build an intellectual conception on the authority of another. Neither will we try to corner reality to gain health and success, for we will know that reality is all, thus the inner will become the outer. The surface consciousness is generally reacting to the external, and gives names to the things it sees, but the name is not the thing itself. We see shape and form, but we do not know the substance, therefore we do not understand what we see. The statement that all is mind, that matter is mind materialized, has not been realized sufficiently to see what is behind the form and shape. When this is realized as a fact and not an idea of a fact, we will cease to make ideas about it. Man has split the atom, created great flying ships, has measured the distance between the planets and is on the way to the moon, yet this will not bring happiness and peace to the world, for only the translation of reality into our daily living can do that. We must discern from where our thought arises. If thought arises from things around us, or from our conditioning, then our thoughts must cease to be before the unknown comes into being. The source of our being is God, then we will know that the Father is in our consciousness, and our consciousness is the means through which the Father manifests. It is the Father that doeth the work. We must not lose ourselves in philosophies, in questioning others on that which can only be realized by oneself. If I begin to philosophize to you on the wonders of reality, you would only build up an idea of reality in your mind. But if you know that you are building up an idea of reality and know that reality is not an idea, then you will realize reality by your living in the presence, in the ever-present, then you will be translating reality into your daily living. God is unknown and cannot be known. The moment you think you know God, It is not God you know but an idea of God, a projected mental image which hinders the discovery of the unknown. Beliefs are a process of the mind and are born of the known. If you merely say God is the unknown, so you create an idea of the unknown. But your mental creation of the unknown is not the unknown. The man who accumulates wealth, builds temples, organizes religions, the bishops, the cardinals, the preachers, as well as the man who drops the bombs say God is their companion, surely their belief is but a form of self-expansion. It is their own conceit. Those who have conditioned their minds to a particular pattern which they call their religion, can never realize the ultimate reality, which is love and affection. For the unknown to be, the mind must be completely emptied, so the important thing is not what you believe or disbelieve or what your activities are, but to understand the whole process, the whole content of yourself, and that means being aware from moment to moment without any sense of accumulation. Only when the mind is utterly silent, without any sense of acceptance or rejection, without resistance, condemning or blaming, and without any sense of accumulation, when the self has died, then only is there that which is real. The word is not important anymore, for there is a state of creativeness which is not an idea or a word nor the expression of the self. Then you will know what is indescribable. A description of the indescribable is merely a cultivation of memory. To verbalize the indescribable is to put it into time, and that which is of time cannot be the timeless. This knowing is not the result of the known, but knowing that the known is not the unknown. It is not obtained through reason, for it is beyond reason, but it does not run contrary to reason. It is not obtained through space or time factor, because it is ever present in its own eternity. Therefore every moment all life is concentrated at any point in its omnipresence that you may choose to realize. Realizing is not knowing what it is, but knowing that it is. You do not create reality. Reality created you within itself, and itself is eternally present. I am in the Father and the Father is in me. Divine reason helps towards this divine realization. We reason towards the ultimate, then reason ceases to be because it can go no further. It knows it can never know, and at that moment there is reality. Science has shown us that solid substance can be changed to liquids, and liquid into gases, and gases into a more rarefied substance we call ether, and vice versa. But the energy is still the same. There is nothing lost and nothing is gained, just a change in the polarity of ether atoms. At present we are consciously reacting to the physical, yet consciousness can react to the finer states of matter, which is mind modified. There is but one substance out of which everything is made, and this substance interpenetrates everything, and although it is invisible to us, it is the basis of every visible form. It is the unmanifest that gives rise to the manifest. In other words, the invisible gives rise to the visible, and life, the unknowable, is the creativeness within, that creates but still remains the uncreated. If we seek to corner reality for our own welfare, we will become antagonistic to others, and this leads to frustration. It is always the I that stands in the way. Where there is love, the I dissolves away, and wholeness, reality, comes into being. Then all power is given unto me in heaven and on earth. Thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee, then whose shall those things be, which thou hast provided? St. Luke 12:20. Benediction. O great eternal reality, when I spoke of thee, my mind made up a conception of thee. When I saw that my conception was my own creation, it dissolved away. When I knew that the known could not possibly be the unknown, my mind ceased to formulate. Then my mind became silent and free, and there didst thou reveal thyself in all thy glory. Thy glory even before the world was, and in the silence beyond time I knew that we were one, O great eternal reality. My peace and my love remain with you. Yours very sincerely, Murdo MacDonald-Bayne.